Woe to you, O earth and sea.
It's the Hop Nation
USA Podcast.
Where do I stand in this massive collection of people and movements, consents and objections, statements of recent statistical fact? Sit in the back and I'll wait to react and you call out my name.
Welcome back, Hop Nation. This is episode 145, coming to you kind of live from the Hop Nation USA bunker, deep within the depths of the Hop Nation compound. I am Adam. I am one of your hosts. With me is Steve.
Hello.
Excited to be here. And once again, one of our guest hosts, Katie, is back.
Hi.
Katie, welcome back.
Thanks.
Neat.
Agreed.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Patience.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
My bad. First, though.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get
Yes.
there. We'll get to the neat. But first, if you were listening, you heard a brand new, different intro song. That's not our common stuff that I just throw together in audition. But we have actual musicians this time, and that is the Thirsty Curses out of Raleigh, North Carolina, with their song Cold Black Ink. You can find them on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon for all their music, or you can just go on thirstycurses.com to find out where they're playing and such. But yeah, they're a pretty cool band. I enjoy them. They have that kind of folk rock mix.
Yeah, it's a good jam.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that one band that it's like the Southern Dead or something like that. And it's got that song that goes dirt dirt burt dirt da 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 do 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 do.
I don't know.
Somebody gets it.
Not a clue. So
No.
hopefully somebody out there gets it.
Somebody will get it.
Well, and the important thing is I don't think we have to worry about getting our episode pulled.
Nope, that's not copyright at all. That's the hurt squirt burt dirt.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Look that up.
it's a good song. Somebody Shazam what I just did. See what you get. But yeah, they kind of remind me. Thirsty Curses reminds me of this band as well.
Gotcha.
So yeah, but that's that. Throughout the episode, we'll be playing little clips from the song Cold Black Ink. But at the very end of the episode, we'll also play the entire song for you to enjoy.
Yes.
So yeah, check them out and tell them we sent you.
Absolutely. On all the social medias. But do that after the episode. And this is a very special episode of the Hop Nation USA podcast
Indeed, it is
because this is an anniversary show.
Yay.
the third anniversary of the Hop
Yes.
Nation
Happy
USA.
anniversary to
It's
you.
the highest anniversary we've had so far.
That's true.
Typically how they work, actually. Yeah.
As none of us are unstuck in time, yes.
Yes,
And
that is
they
true.
are sequential.
Funny how that works. Although next year we might just jump to the 5th. What the hell? We'll see what happens.
Do you know what anniversary this is?
The Dale Earnhardt anniversary?
No.
Oh,
No.
Paper.
Leather.
Leather.
really?
Yes.
Oh. All
So
right.
bomber jackets and gimp masks all around.
Oh, I guess we're just going to be hell-bent for leather.
I'm going to hard pass, but I appreciate the offer.
No, that's the audience getting our Amazon wish list to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want something else made of leather, put it
You
up
said
on-
all around. I don't want one.
all around. Well, you can just put something else up on the Amazon wish list.
Yeah. Get something
there's
Steve
anything
size
else.
and just say it's for you.
Get a
and
wallet.
then
Yeah.
Oh, Chris needs a new wallet.
boom.
Yeah, there you go.
done.
Right.
Leather wallet.
Okay.
Something nice.
So, yeah.
He doesn't care. It's going to get wrecked anyway.
All right.
But it is our 3rd anniversary, so we are going to enjoy our anniversary beers on this episode. These are our beers that celebrate anniversaries of different beers, different breweries, things like that. We figured that was a bit apropos, so we're going to start it on that. And Katie, what is the first beer that we have for this episode?
Well, the first beer that we have is the 40th Hoppy Anniversary Ale from Sierra Nevada. So the bottle says, hop-forward beers weren't popular when we started brewing in 1980, but we loved them, and we knew that if we were going to open a brewery, we'd better make something distinctive. It's been 40 years since then, and we're still brewing what we love. This beer showcases the bold flavors and aromas of a classic West Coast IPA, intense pine, which is up my alley, and citrus with a deep gold color and slight caramel sweetness. Here's to following your passion into the next 40 years. And then we also have ingredients. We got malt, we got two-row, caramelized, word I can't say, acidulated.
Sure.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah, acidulated.
I don't know.
That sounds fancy enough.
If you say it fast enough with enough confidence, it's correct.
Hold
Acidulated.
on, I can say this next one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oats.
Oats.
And then we got Cluster Cascade Centennial Hops and Ale Yeasties.
Excellent.
That would be a
Yeasty.
classic West Coast IPA.
Beasties.
All right, well, let's crack this bottle open.
I'm always excited for anything piney. We got a 6%, 65 IBUs, make Adam super happy.
Yay. All right. Well, we've got the bottle, we've got the opener, we've got the tasters.
Time to go.
Let's get this open.
Well, looking at it, it is a classic West Coast IPA.
It is.
It's nice and clear. A little bit of haze on it, but yeah,
Yep.
everything's there.
Goldish amber color.
And I smelled it before I saw it, so there's that too.
I have, I'll admit, I have heard the word dank being thrown around a time or two on this one.
Yes. Now, usually,
I
Uh-huh.
don't think it's that dank.
yeah,
Dank-esque?
dank.
It's like a-
dank adjacent.
Dank
adjacent.
adjacent.
Yes.
It's got a hint of dankness.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Dank adjacent. Usually, I would not let you say that word, Adam, but we're on the 3rd anniversary, so that's my gift to you. You can say dank this episode.
But just once.
So you get a leather jacket, he gets a dank.
No, you can have whatever else off
Not
the
a
wish
very
list
fair
as well.
shakeout. Okay.
No, that's my gift to him. The audience gift to us is leather stuff.
What'd you
Yeah.
get, Steve?
We haven't gotten through the entire episode yet. There's plenty of time.
So,
All right.
yeah, smelling it though, classic West Coast. It is very, very hoppy forward, but
Yeah.
I don't get citrus.
I got a little bit of citrus.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any pine.
Yeah, I'm getting more grapefruit than
Yeah.
like
that
orange,
is-
orange
Yes.
citrus.
Exactly. You all right?
No.
Okay.
Who would not expect this, though?
Right.
I'll give it credit. It is fairly balanced.
You could have a change of heart.
This is true. This is true. But,
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger Things.
It's coming up, season 4.
I haven't started 2.
Oh, well, okay then.
Well, no spoilers.
Sci-fi's
Yes.
not my jam.
All right. But yeah, I mean, it is balanced. I get it. It's not for me.
Okay.
To the surprise of no one.
Right. Shock and awe.
Right, exactly.
I'll say, after tasting it, it is pretty standard. Like it's not going to wreck your palate.
Definitely not. No. Pine's up front a teeny bit. I wish there was a lot more.
Right.
Not really getting that,
Right.
but pretty clean.
I mean, all in all, I think it's an enjoyable beer for those that enjoy that style.
For this time.
For the style. There.
Yeah.
There. Now everybody's happy.
You said the thing.
It's an anniversary show. You have to say it. You
Say the
cannot
thing,
say your
Mark.
catchphrase.
Do it. But
I
yeah.
don't want to do that anymore.
Well, then change it up for season 4.
Oh, okay.
Find a new.
Find a new shtick.
Yeah.
Look out, radioactive man.
Look out, radioactive man.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right, let's get in some triple N.
Okay.
Now you can say the word.
Neat.
Neat.
Nose
Nose, nudes, and nates.
Nose nudes.
Nose,
Newts.
newts.
Oh, newts.
Nose newts and neat.
Nates.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooples and banunus.
We're now a witch podcast.
Nose, newts, and nates.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to lead?
Well, I'll lead because it's somewhat timely and somewhat affecting local, but also a national story.
Everybody.
Everybody. So last week we said we weren't going to talk coronavirus.
Guess
this
what?
week, coronavirus.
Yeah, that's
It's
kind of
here.
we're getting our hand forced a little bit here.
Yeah.
Well, it's not actually here. We don't have any in our county.
Not yet, no. As
I'm
far as-
hearing rumors.
Sucks to be Philly.
Don't listen to rumors.
You're talking about that's a hell of an album.
Oh, God. Yes. Jesus.
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, I got it.
Oh,
I
okay,
just wasn't validating it.
Got it. Just wasn't paying attention to it. Yes. So if you've been following the news at all, especially within our beer world, you know that the Fueled Fest 412 has been postponed due to coronavirus.
Yes.
I'm heartbroken.
As am I. Unfortunately, as of this recording, we don't know when it will be rescheduled. We just know that it will be rescheduled.
I have intel that they intend to have a date set in 3 weeks.
Excellent.
So there
Good.
won't be 3 weeks from now. In 3 weeks from now, they intend to have a new date.
Right.
Good.
I am personally praying that it's sometime mid to late August so I can go.
Okay. If not, your ticket is transferable.
Yes, it is.
She's not happy about that.
No.
But we will be going to that when it gets reannounced, and we'll let you know when it gets reannounced as well.
Yes.
Somebody tell me.
We will. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
You'll be on the mailing list.
Yes.
Yay.
On the flip side of that, there is a beer fest that is still going on
As of this recording.
as of this recording. Thank you for adding that, Adam. That's very true. But yes, as of this recording, the Hops for Hearth charity beer tasting event that's occurring at Nova Place on Friday, March 20th is still going on. They have sent out like a little bit of a mailer to all their intended guests and anybody who signs up. You will get like a rundown of the precautions they're looking to take. You know, as Katie said, because we don't have any recorded cases in Allegheny County right now, they're still pushing ahead. And as of right now, Governor Tom Wolf hasn't said no gatherings.
Right. Although
So-
that, who
Yeah,
knows? Bill
again, that
Peduto
could
could
change.
jump ahead of that as well.
Yeah,
he has
that can change.
I heard the governor said try to stay out of crowds of 250 or more.
Right.
So this very well could change.
Yeah, it could change because I believe like it's happened in Ohio and New York that they've said no gatherings, like they're just
Oh,
canceling
they
them.
just straight up banned it.
Straight-
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just you just gotta keep up on the news and find out like because it's happening either self canceling or there are government cancellations, and that's different between states and cities. So
And as frustrating as it is, I can't not support it.
no, I'm fine with it.
You know, I totally get it.
I kind of wish my job would cancel work.
That'd be cool too.
I just have so much I could get done.
Yeah.
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 Same here.
Open the windows, get some spring cleaning in.
Yeah.
Then I'd have time to go to Hops for Hearth.
Yeah. Which, you know, to get back to that event, it is a charity event and it is benefiting the Hearth Foundation. And the Hearth Foundation, what it is it provides services for women who were victims of domestic violence. If they need housing, if they need childcare, things like that to get them back up on their feet after, you know, leaving relationships that were obviously abusive.
Right. That's a fine organization to support. no
Absolutely.
doubt.
And this is like they've been in business for 25 years and the event coming up is their 10th annual beer tasting. So you can expect to find vendors like 11th Hour, Devout Brewing, Cellar Works, Grist House, Spoonwood, and there's also like Giant Eagle is going to be there for food.
Breadworks.
Breadworks,
yep.
yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of good things that are going to be there. On top of all that, our friends at First Sip Brew Box have come together to brew the 25th annual beer to celebrate Hearth. They've come together with Lincoln Avenue Brewery,
Another friend of the show.
another friend of the show, and they are putting out a special collaboration beer at the event.
Which is going to be awesome.
Yeah. I've heard tell it's a pale ale,
I've heard that as well.
and all the malts were actually donated by CNC Malt up in Butler.
Yes.
Cool.
Another friend of the show.
So a whole big local to do.
And I fully support it 100%.
I like
Yeah.
the local to dos.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, as I mentioned, they're taking precautions
Yes.
with their single serve. So like you're going to get a souvenir glass, but you can
Please don't use it.
yeah, don't use it. You can pick it up at the end of the
That's
event.
exactly what I was going to say. Just wait
Yeah.
till the end, get it on the way out.
Right. So you can get your souvenir glass at the end, but yeah, it's going to be like single serve. They're asking you to not put your hands all over the damn food.
Just everybody be cool.
yeah.
And then since this has to go and be said, because I've seen what y'all do at a Kenny Chesney concert, for shame, throw your cups away. And they give
Yeah.
you the little the disposable cups. Throw them away when you're done. Don't make somebody go around and pick all those up because that's not going to help this whole situation.
Yes. Also, don't be rude.
Yeah.
Be safe and don't be rude.
Yeah.
We're all in this together.
And, you know, the whole wash your hands, cover your mouth with your elbow, don't touch your face, which I'm
Yeah.
freaking terrible
I
at.
have been terrible
I was
with
like,
it as
oh,
well.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked my nose and rubbed my beard like one after the other today.
Gross.
It's good to spread it around.
Yeah, I was
Go
just like-
top to bottom.
I was like,
rub an eyeball.
it's a good thing I'm a shut in because there's no way I would survive otherwise. Anyway, if you plan on going to the event, you know, just keep safe. Do the things you're supposed to do
Do the due
Yes.
diligence.
and keep abreast of the news because it might change anyway.
He said
So,
a bad word.
is that a breast?
Yeah. He said news.
Send news.
Yes.
Send news.
I'll brighten up the conversation a little bit.
Do it to it.
Steve, you'll be happy to know that one of your favorite breweries is coming back, kinda.
Okay. How so?
Tallgrass.
Ooh.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
They
They are definitely my favorite brewery out of Manhattan, Kansas.
Yes. Exactly.
I'm assuming that's the only reason you know there's a Manhattan, Kansas.
That is true.
Okay. Because I didn't know.
Fact.
But yes, they are coming back, kind of.
Kind of.
And the reason I say kind of is Tallgrass in and of itself is not coming back. However, their beer recipes are coming back through the Wichita Brewing Company. They were able to buy the recipes of some of the more famous beers of Tallgrass, the 8-bit, Velvet Rooster, the Key Lime Pie, things like
Buffalo
that.
Sweat.
The Buffalo Sweat, I think, is one of their most famous
Yeah,
beers.
that's their stout with the variants. They got variants of that. and they're
Right.
Good.
How could
Do
you
you
not?
like stouts?
Yes.
But in what weather, Steve?
Oh, weather is stout weather.
But yes, they...
You have to say that because Pittsburgh goes through 3 seasons in one day.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. But Wichita Brewing Company has picked up all the recipes, and they are going to replicate all these beers down to the fact that they have tested the water in Manhattan, Kansas, and looked at the makeup in terms of minerals and essential oils and things like that in there.
And crystals?
And crystals.
Could I have lavender and aloe, please?
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Hooray.
And they're going to adjust their water accordingly so that the beer comes out the same,
Gotcha.
which is, I think, is a little bit above and beyond what is expected.
Yeah, it's above and beyond. But
Hardcore.
Yeah.
But I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that's knowing you have a quality worth as an end result. So
Yes.
worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those that are not aware, Tallgrass got a little big for their britches. They expanded a little too quickly. They went full green flash,
Yeah.
and they kind of collapsed under their own weight.
They petered out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad financial decisions. And it's a shame because, like you were saying, they're one of the biggest ones in Manhattan, Kansas. And they had distro all the way to Ohio, which is how we were able to feature the key lime pie in a past episode.
Yes, they had distribution up to 14 states at one point.
Yeah.
How many breweries are in Manhattan, Kansas?
Duh.
So one of the largest. It might have been it.
Still, I mean, like, how many are in Pottstown, Pennsylvania?
I think there's at least 2.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
well, man,
What's the second one?
I don't know, Pottstown
Yingling
Brewing?
Light.
Yingling Light. But no, I have a hunch that there's more than one in Manhattan, Kansas, because that is a college town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's I don't know if it's Kansas or Kansas State that's there. It's a Big 12 college, so
Okay.
There's beer.
there's beer there.
There's beer.
Makes sense.
It will find a way.
Yes.
So yes, and as of this recording, which seems to be a bit of a theme with this episode, the Wichita Brewing Company is currently brewing this beer, and it should be available in their tap rooms very soon, and canned and bottled a little bit later on. So
Great.
there was no word on how far the distribution was going to go.
Yeah.
I might send them an email and say, you bring it out to at least Ohio.
Can we get some?
Yeah, can we get some? That would be awful neat.
Yeah. So they're going to keep the Tallgrass name, though.
I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that.
Oh, I'm just asking because it sounds similar to the situation with Helltown and Rivertown
Yeah, kind of.
that we experienced, where Helltown bought out pretty much all of Rivertown, and, like, all the names and everything, but they still brewed Rivertown beers under the Rivertown name.
Yes, there is still Rivertown beer. As a matter of fact, the Halakahiki, there's now variants of that now.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't see this.
How do you put a variant on a pineapple ale?
Double pineapple.
by using like pineapple and coconut,
Ew.
and I believe pineapple
Don't do
and
that.
mango. I haven't tried
It
them
can't
yet.
be worse than Guam mango.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
You want a can?
No,
No, thank you.
I mean, thank you.
Three
but
of
no
them, and
thank
I
you.
just look at them and I'm like, I don't know what to do with you.
Do you have a 3-man water balloon launcher and a wall? Because,
I do currently possess a wall.
well, have I got
Actually-
a deal for you?
I don't want to brag, but I have a couple of them.
Whoa,
sweet.
Yeah.
Whoa, money bags over
King
here.
in the castle.
There's at least 4.
King in the castle. I have a chair.
I don't know if we can afford to have you on this show anymore.
Yeah.
Do it for charity.
I mean,
That's a lie. I do it for beer.
Fair enough.
okay. So yes, take a look for Wichita Brewing bringing out the Tallgrass beers.
Bring it back, Tallgrass.
Yes.
In some sort. As long as Buffalo Sweat and Key Lime Pie come back, I'm fine.
Okay.
And I can get it.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't want to drink something called Buffalo Sweat?
I mean, it's not any different from Moose Drool.
Yeah.
I know, neither
Or
of those
reindeer
sound-
slobber.
Yeah.
None of that sounds appealing.
Buck snort.
The old buck snorts now.
Oh my lord.
God, everything is just fucking boogers.
Booger beers.
Boogers is funny. I mean, come on. If we're ever as a society stop laughing at farts,
Yeah. Well, that'd
I'm
be a
out.
problem.
I don't need to be here for that.
We're dead on the inside of that.
Exactly.
And possibly the outside.
You're not truly living.
Not truly living if you can't giggle at a fart.
That's nature's instrument. So what else do we got?
I have a little irony, potentially, maybe a little bit of CYA coming from Founders.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know if you guys remember, but a few months ago, Founders had their necks on the line. They were accused, justifiably accused, of a lot of racist things, just inappropriate behavior, allowing open racism in their environment, in their workout spaces, and it's just they got called out. They let a guy go, and he sued them for it, and Founder sucks.
And they dragged it out for a year and
Yeah.
eventually settled with him anyway.
Founders did suck. They might not suck anymore.
It might not suck because
So-
they got taken over.
Yeah.
New captains at the wheel.
So what's going on is they are announcing a new series, and it's going to be a three beer series, and it's the Brewed for Michigan series, and proceeds of that beer is going to go to their corporate giving platform called Big Pitcher, which is giving money to charities both Michigan and nationally. But the beers that they're putting out there are ones that are typically only available in their tap room. So if you're in their distro, then you could have a chance, assuming you don't still hate Founders, because I know a lot of people are still really freaking anti-Founders. Like I have a KBS just sitting there, and I'm just like, I should drink you, but like it's not. I already paid for it.
Right.
I already have my money.
Yeah.
Like I should just drink
Can't
it.
undo that.
Yeah.
Right. The number of shelfy CBS I've seen sitting around,
Yeah.
and I don't know if that's Founders hate or just they put out too much CBS.
I think they just
Or
went.
both.
It's probably a little bit of both because they went really hard for the last
Yeah.
year,
Right.
so that's probably what it was. But yeah, so the little haha really here is that the charity specifically focuses on arts and culture, environment,
Okay.
and social justice.
Eh,
Yeah. So I don't know if that's them trying to right their wrongs
That's
or
definitely
it,
them trying-
it
I
just
hope so.
happens to be one of the charities that's teamed up with focuses on that. I don't know. But because I mean, if you go to their website, there is actually a list of some of the charities that they do work with. But Founders trying to put their money where their mouth used to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
is
this would be
good on you for trying.
Right.
I hope it pays off. I hope wherever your money goes that it actually does good and that everybody who works for your company has pulled their heads out of their asses. That's what I hope.
yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, that would definitely be a lot more irony if the lawsuit was still intact.
Yes.
Like still go ongoing.
Yes.
This
And if they
definitely-
didn't have new people taking over, it
Right.
would definitely be more of a, hey, we should cover our asses. Like,
yeah.
oh, look, we love all people. No, you don't.
Yeah.
But the new guys might. So I'm not going to completely rule them out just because maybe they're trying to better themselves. Even Michael Vick paid penance once.
Yep.
Right.
Aw.
As
Okay.
an owner of Pitbulls, I'm not a fan. I'm just saying. He did turn around and give a shit ton to charity.
True.
Doesn't
He
make
also
what
went to jail. So
Yeah.
Doesn't make what he did okay.
No.
And it
He also-
doesn't make what happened at Founders okay. But because it's a whole new group of people,
it's possible to
it-
forgive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Forgive, but
they're
don't
not,
forget.
We don't have
Right.
to forgive them.
Yeah,
they
we
didn't do
don't- no.
anything wrong.
Right.
So it's kind of like, do you?
I guess I meant forgive the brand.
yes.
'Cause, like you can consider forgiving the brand and drinking Founders again.
Yeah, you got to look past the name because it's new leadership and they're trying to turn a new leaf. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully they keep it up and they can get back in our good graces again because they make some beers I like.
Yeah, they make
Yeah.
some beers I like
Agreed.
too. But I mean, I don't honestly do not feel bad if I never drink it again either because
I haven't missed it.
I haven't
will
either.
say that I
Yeah.
haven't missed it.
yeah, we have so much abundance.
Yeah. It's an embarrassment of riches around
Yeah.
here.
Like the only beer I'm currently really not into, brewery that I'm not really into is Brain Fart.
Never heard of them. They're
Yeah.
out of Cleveland?
He
Cleveland
makes
smells
Fat
like farts.
Tire.
Oh, New Belgium.
New Belgium.
Ah, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, that's
Wow.
another one that, like,
Yeah.
oh, they have all those.
I won't drink. I won't buy New Belgium now. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, but often when I go to a restaurant and like it's like Coors Light, Miller Lite, Bud Light, Fat Tire, and I'm like, oh, well, I can drink Fat Tire.
Chocolate milk it is.
And then it's
Give me that
like,
chalky milk, son.
well, now I can't have a Fat Tire, and I'm like, oh, water with lemon's great, thank you.
You got Brenton's up in here.
Yeah, there's whiskey at places as well.
That's very
Sometimes,
true.
yeah.
7 and 7, please.
Yeah. I can still fuck with Yingling. I'm good with
Oh yeah.
Yingling.
To me, I know
you
Steve,
hate
you're,
it,
yeah.
but I can fuck with Yingling.
Jameson? It is.
Yeah.
J-Mo
You
and
can have your
ginger.
Jameson. We'll drink our Yinglings.
J-Mo and ginger.
Everybody be happy with the world.
I'll
Can I
just
have
turn-
one of each? I like where this is going. I'll
Right?
take.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna turn down a
and
Jameson either.
Yingling. Do it.
J-Mo and ginger is awesome.
You know you're from
That
Pittsburgh.
might be the
one.
best.
Oh man. So, what do you guys think of this Sierra Nevada 40th anniversary? I'm sorry.
Hoppy anniversary.
Hoppy anniversary.
40th anniversary.
Whatever
ale.
it is.
Hoppy.
Yeah.
It's a pun, and you're not jumping on it.
He
Well,
doesn't like
somebody
it
already-
'cause he doesn't
yeah.
like coffee puns because it means
Yeah.
he's supporting IPAs.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's I expected and or hoped, I guess, a little bit for more pine, just because if you're gonna put it on the label, like Steve says, it should be there. So I mean, the hops are good. It's really well balanced. It's easy to drink. So I'm not mad about it, but I personally love piney. So
Yeah.
a little bit of a letdown.
For 41, take that cluster hop out and throw some Simcoe in. We'll get that pine right back in.
Do it.
But yeah, I agree with you, Katie. I wish there was a little bit more pininess to it, just to more replicate that West Coast. It did have a bitterness that built up on the back end that I appreciated. It seemed, again, I've been on this kick of I love West Coast IPAs. I want more West Coast IPAs, and this one was fine. It wasn't a complete standout, but hey, it's more of a mass market thing.
Which you kind of get that with Sierra Nevada because they are a very large brewery.
Oh yeah, I'm not mad at them for it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, not mad at all.
So for what it is, yeah, I get it. It is fairly well balanced beer. I'm not going to go out and buy a 6-pack, but that's my taste.
You're not going to go buy a 6-pack of IPAs.
No. No.
Especially not one that's a little more expensive.
Right.
Color me surprised.
Right. So if somebody else that I knew was looking for an IPA, I would definitely send them this way.
Okay.
But
Deal.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
for
Send it to me.
okay. But for me, I'm not buying it.
Yeah. I thought it was really, I mean, like you said, it was balanced. So yeah,
Yeah. Good.
it's good for everybody.
All right,
except for Adam.
What do you? Yeah, but to the surprise of no one.
Right.
What do you say we take a quick break?
Yes.
Get paid. We're not getting paid.
No.
And then come right back with another anniversary beer on our 3rd anniversary special.
Yes.
Wait, go back. I'm not getting paid?
No.
No, we've been through that already.
Yeah.
You do this for
You-
charity and beer.
You got beers. You're fine.
And social happy fun times.
Yeah.
That too.
And whatever leather you get off the wish list.
Just the wallet's fine.
Yeah.
Just the wallet.
Just to make sure that is off the wish list, not off of wish.com.
No.
Right.
No.
Not off
Because-
wish.com.
I don't need that in my life.
I think that leather still comes attached to the cow. You just get a cow.
Oh, actually, yeah, I'll take a cow.
Oh, okay.
All right. There you go.
Send Katie a cow.
But I know butchers.
Perfect.
If I'm
Me
getting
too.
quarantined for 2 weeks, I need a cow.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
there you go.
Exactly.
All right, let's go find ourselves a cow. We'll be back with segment
Yes.
2.
Out by the corner again. I miss the dirty life, I miss the trucks and the fights, I miss the hold me up, drinking the talk, I miss the punk with delusion, I miss that bothering me, stand where everybody slept.
Welcome back.
It's the Hop Nation USA podcast, episode 145, segment 2. This is Adam. That's Steve. That's Katie. Let's go.
Do it to it.
Okay, next beer.
Next beer. The next beer that we are using to celebrate our 3rd anniversary.
See if you guys can pick up on why we made Adam read this one.
Yes. Yes. This is the 30th anniversary of the Samuel Smith Winter Welcome Ale out of Yorkshire, England.
Yorkshire pudding is delicious. Eat it with your face hole.
Gross.
Where else would you eat?
Where else would I eat?
Yeah.
Well, I got all sorts of face holes. I'm not going to stick it up my nose.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You
when you laugh really hard, it
weirdo.
comes back out your nose.
This is true.
Yeah.
And then that makes wedding receptions really embarrassing.
Sounds like you have a story we'll have to hear later.
I do not actually.
Y'all talking about boogers again?
Yes.
Always talk about
Booger
boogers.
theme.
ABB, always be boogering.
Hell yeah.
All right, but no, this is the Sam Smith 30th anniversary winter welcome ale. And a little description on the back of the bottle here. This seasonal beer is a limited edition brewed for the short days and long nights of winter. The full body resulting from fermentation in stone Yorkshire squares and a luxurious malt character, which will appeal to a broad range of drinkers, is balanced against whole dried fuggle and golden hops, with nuances and complexities that should be contemplated before an open fire.
What are the Yorkshire Squares things? I don't know what that is.
I have no idea. It's in quotes.
So this beer appeals to women.
Why?
Why?
It appeals to a broad range.
Ah,
Jesus, Adam, you should have had that one.
yeah. I should have skirted around that one.
Well, joke's on both of you because the coronavirus doesn't affect women as much as it does men.
Ha! I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
got him.
Take that, men. Man flu times 60.
That's what you get for mansplaining.
I'm a mansplain the flu.
Oh, God. One person fucking mansplains coronavirus to me. I'm going to hurt them.
Yes, I hope that happens because all you're gonna do is just sit there and laugh.
No, I'm going to sneeze on them.
Oh, wow. All
Yeah.
right.
We are
Oh, was that bad? Oh, you should have explained that to me first.
we are in the perfect time right now that anytime you get roped into a conversation you don't want to have, you can just open mouth cough. And it will end.
Yes, it will. Possibly in
Tips from
HR.
Steve.
Yeah, the only side caveat to that is if you're carrying it and you're not aware, you're going to feel really bad if you find out you contaminated like 20 people
Yeah.
at Arby's.
You will.
Oops, a daisy. Anyways,
Back to the Samuel Smith.
back to the Samuel Smith. We've poured it out.
Yes.
It looks nice.
Pretty in red.
It is very pretty and red and very clear as well. And
A bit surprisingly
Yeah.
so.
yeah, it's surprising how light it is what I
Yeah.
I think
It's
we're
like ready caramel. Yeah.
yeah, it's a ready caramelish.
When I think
Ready.
winter beers, winter warmers, I think something a bit darker.
My mind immediately goes to Full Pint Festivus.
Yes.
And mine immediately goes to the winter solstice.
Holly Jolly.
That too. I like me some Holly Jolly.
All of those are darker.
Yes, that is. Yes.
Well, it does say winter welcome. It doesn't say warmer. So I don't know if we're going to be doing the spicy thing, especially because I don't know if Brits do that.
Probably
Right.
not.
Can we call them Brits?
Yeah, we can call them Brits.
Yeah,
it's fine.
What else
I
would
was
we
get-
call them?
Well, like I get confused. Like it's England, but Britain. Like I don't. Do they have a preference?
I think it's all under because the English they don't care because all three apply to them.
Okay.
But like Britain doesn't apply to Ireland, right?
Well, no,
'Cause
that's
it's not
just
the
part
same
of the
island.
United.
Right.
Yeah, but
Kingdom.
the United Kingdom applies to Ireland and Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
I
all-
think Britain applies to Scotland and England.
You know what's most important here is they know who they are
That's fine.
for now, right now, and
Know who you
until
are
it
as people.
until it changes again because they're having an identity crisis.
Know
they don't
yourself.
actually know who they are
And if you want to tell us,
Yeah.
hotnationusa@gmail.com
Educate us.
or on the Twitters.
because we are edutainment.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
entertainment.
So educate us.
Yes.
Do the people of the UK have a preference for what they call England or Britain or UK or?
Because I'll be damned if I'm just going to go look it up like an adult.
That's right.
I like
American.
to post questions on Facebook because people will answer them and then I don't have to Google
That's
it.
right.
You doozy dozy.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you.
British beer. Here we go.
Smelling it, it has really a strong sweet caramel smell.
It smells like candy,
Yes.
Yeah,
but I'm
for
not.
sure.
I'm not getting spices.
They definitely
No.
went malt on this one.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm here for it.
I might be here for it.
All right, well, let's find out.
So yeah, it is
It's sweet.
malt heavy on the back,
It
but it
is.
is very sweet up front.
Strong
Yes.
malt backbone, very sweet. Definitely. I mean, if there is any spice in there at all, it's very mild. It's very subtle.
I'll say it would be a broad appeal type of beer where it's not going to be that offensive unless you don't like a whole lot of malt.
Yeah,
I love malt.
So-
I love malt. I love malt. I love malt.
I
And
don't
also,
so
I love
much.
malt.
I don't so much. It's fine. I like it, but I don't
No.
love it.
Sorry.
I love it.
It's fine.
I'm going to drink it. That's for
okay,
damn
yeah,
sure.
you guys can enjoy that. I
over
had
the
I
damn
had a
place.
hoppy beer that I enjoyed.
I like some hoppy beers, and I like malty beers, and I really love fruited sours.
All right. Well,
All right, then.
So I'm just gonna jump all over the fucking place.
okay. Well, you can have all those, and I'm going
Mine.
to stick to stouts and coffee beers and IPAs and
Whatever else comes your way that you
Rausch
enjoy.
beers.
Yes. Ooh,
Dips.
yeah. I had me a good Rausch beer last Friday.
Yeah.
At happy hour.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you anything about it. I'm just going to tell you that I had it and enjoyed it.
whatever. I'm not going out anyway.
3rd anniversary. You're not gonna share the info.
Nope. What?
Cold.
We think I'm going to talk about beer on this show?
Nah.
We can go back to pizza, but it makes Steve mad.
It's true. It's
Pizza
damn
was-
true.
Pizza was last week.
Just saying, a pizza beer tasting is not the worst idea I've ever had.
No, we'll workshop
Pizza
that one.
and beer, not pizza beer. That sounds terrible.
Ugh. Well, I've had that before.
You had
It's-
pizza beer?
Yeah.
The fuck is pizza beer?
Not that great.
Probably just a lot of oregano in there.
Yeah.
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 Ugh.
That's what it was. A lot of oregano, and I think they tried to use a little bit of tomato in there as well.
Probably use crust in the mash.
I mean, you could kind of tell it tasted a little bit like sort of pizza,
Yeah.
but it didn't do it.
Sort of pizza.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Bagels Bite commercial. Sort of
Well,
pizza.
Well, yeah.
No.
No thanks.
I
If
was not
you
impressed.
are listening to this show and you made that beer, you're fucking grounded. You're not quarantined, you're grounded.
Well, grounded.
You're not staying home, you're going to your room.
I'm pretty sure it was Fatheads.
So Fatheads is grounded though.
Fatheads is grounded. If it was Fatheads in Ohio, they're super grounded.
Yeah.
Something like
They're
100,
double grounded.
100,000 potential cases. So
Allegedly.
I said potential.
Yeah.
So, you know,
So that kind of
If
leads
you
us into our segment.
live on the east side of Ohio,
Don't come here.
please don't come here.
Please and thank you.
Stay where you
Yeah,
are.
you are welcome to come in a few months once this stuff all blows over. If you bring us beer. I like not having to drive to get my Alaskan Amber, and I'm
Okay.
currently
All right.
quite grateful that I actually
enough.
have a decent supply, so I don't have to go to Ohio to get it and get sick.
Okay. All right. They can come back maybe. In the meantime,
They can
we have
work.
a segment,
They can wear Tyvek suits.
and it ties back to what Katie was saying about, obviously Ohio has infection rates and things are going south for businesses.
Yes.
Part of our segment isn't going to be all focused on coronavirus, but what we did for our 3rd anniversary is we reached out to the audience and we said, send us your questions and your comments, and we would read them and answer them and give our responses on air. So that's what we're going to do now.
Yes.
We're going to pretend we know stuff.
Although the only thing is it's not on air, it's on bits.
Yes, it's on bits.
Yeah.
But it is on air if you're listening wirelessly.
True.
So shut up.
Damn
Don't
it.
correct me.
I just wanted to say bits.
I know bitta.
What we're going to start with, though, is a question that was asked to us by Tom.
Tom who wins everything.
Yes, this is Tom, who wins everything at our Little Beer Tasting homebrew group, who is also now in charge of the Little Homebrew Tasting
Which-
Little Tasting group.
Should disqualify him from entering.
LittleTasting.com.
The funny thing is, all of that is on his birth certificate.
Yes,
It took us a long time to get that full name memorized.
Yep.
it was destiny that he win homebrew competitions and run a tasting group.
Yeah.
So I don't know,
His
good
parents
for
had
him.
high hopes, so we're glad he met his full potential.
Yep. His question, though, he asked to us on Instagram, at what point do you envision or see the trend with coronavirus start to impact brew distribution nationally versus locally, regardless of personal views on the subject matter? Do you expect rational reaction or irrational reaction compared with what we've observed in other sectors and markets?
Well,
You know, if you'd have asked me that yesterday,
that would have been a completely different answer.
I wouldn't have
Sure
thought it
would've
would be that bad. But my stance on it to a degree is that it will be impacted, but I don't know that it'll be impacted more or less than other small businesses or even big businesses. I mean, the reason for that is because, you know, your local candle shop, who lady's making candles in the back, she's probably not going to have a ton of people in the store. And your breweries aren't going to have a ton of people in the store. Some of the things that I do know have already changed is Devil's Backbone is no longer offering tours of their brewing premises. And you're not allowed to bring in your own growler.
Yeah.
So you have to take a growler from them. So where I would have previously thought that it wouldn't be that big a deal, because even if you're not congregating inside of the tap room, you're still able to go and take a growler and get it filled and take it home with you. Well, there's a chance that that's not going to happen.
Yeah. I think the businesses that we're going to see impacted the most, because you mentioned Devil's Backbone and Flying Dog has also closed down their tap room, but they've said that they're going to continue brewing as regular. So that means their national distribution isn't going to be that affected.
Correct.
Yeah.
So bigger companies like that probably aren't going to be affected because they're going to be able to brew beer and send beer out without too much worry. I think it's going to be smaller brew pubs and tap rooms and people that don't have the ability to send cans out, whether they're not canning or state law keeps you from taking their beer out of the tap room.
And one thing in particular, which is a very niche area, but I think will probably be affected the most, is the small breweries that have a very, very loyal following, to the point that they have can releases and can release events. For example, 450 North out of Indiana.
Yeah.
They're not a big brewery, but the amount of people that show up to those events, that constitutes a large crowd.
Right.
And there are now,
That's how the Vale is in Virginia. The lines go all the way around the block. It's insane.
yeah. But now that we have state declarations about capping the number of people you can have at events and things like that,
Yeah.
we talked about that earlier in the show. That I think is going to affect breweries in that way.
And like Steve said, there are a few states who in the past few months have actually cracked down on carry-out laws where you can't carry out a six-pack and you can't carry out a growler or a crowler. So you either have to consume on premises or they have to have some sort of distribution. So I think those particular types of businesses are going to feel the biggest impact.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm hoping, so we're talking like can releases. I'm hoping that people kind of get the idea to not line up and act like they usually do, simply out of self-preservation.
Right.
So, like, I don't think that the can releases are going to operate the same way. I don't think
it can.
I would hope breweries don't have to shoo people away because people don't get not to line up.
And,
And people just would show up throughout the day as they can.
if they could put something together, kind of like a Disney Fast Pass or something like that, where they're able to establish where they are in quote unquote the line, and then just show up at 10:15 or 10:30 or 10:45.
Yeah.
Yeah, crowd control.
Right.
And there's like a couple apps that can send those.
Right.
Yeah, they can send those out. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're something like Grist House, where if you can do your can release in your outdoor space, definitely try and do that. That would definitely help a lot because there's significantly less surfaces to touch.
Yes.
Yeah. I've also seen online already some brewers saying, like, if you want to support a local brewery and go in and buy as much as you can now, like stock up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That way, in case, you know.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Oh, no, my growlers are going to abjuration tomorrow. We're gonna bunker down.
Yeah, because again, like if there's breweries in this area that they have cans that you can buy at the tap room, but you can't necessarily, or they don't necessarily have outside distro to like Eagle. So go
Yeah.
to those ones, support those ones first, and then support like your Hitchhiker and other ones that actually have distro to
Right.
other stores. So yeah.
Yeah. So
Just
yes,
kind of scale it as things go, and
Right.
leave Sierra Nevada and New Belgium on the shelves because they'll be there.
for a while.
Yeah, leave that on the shelves until it's time to close the grocery stores.
Yes.
Then,
Leave New Belgium on the shelf anyway.
well, okay. Also that.
Okay then. So yes, things will change whenever this is recorded versus when this is released.
Right.
Could be even different.
Yeah, in another 24 hours. so.
Right.
What was the last portion of that question? Because I feel like I had an answer to it. Do you expect rational reaction or irrational reaction compared to what? Here's the thing. Anything that you're doing that is in regards to self-preservation or preserving those around you is not irrational at all. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I've heard people say that stocking up with toilet paper is irrational, but runny butt could be a side effect of this. So, it just depends on
We're
what
all going to go jogging?
Yes. Yes.
There are-
to the restroom quickly several times a day. But like I don't at this point I'm not sure any reaction is an irrational reaction. And until there is an actual vaccine and the anti-vaxxers step up,
Yeah.
there is no irrational reaction.
I think
Take all
there's a
precautions.
certain level, and that level is when you're buying more toilet paper than you would use in a year.
Yeah,
That's irrational.
That's crazy unless you're like my grandmother. She would go like do Sam's Club, Costco, and she would stock her entire base. It was like a huge grocery store in her basement. It was insane.
I've seen that.
I mean,
if that,
30 boxes of cereal.
Yeah, for
Like,
her,
3
that's
people live there. What are you doing?
For her, that's not unusual though. She does that
No.
in non-times of panic.
Yeah.
I saw a dude walking around Walmart with an entire case of toilet paper, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't buying canned goods. He wasn't buying
Just the
non-perishables. He was just had this, and then like I think he had a bunch of bananas
I don't know if you
and
guys
something
all
else. And it's like, what kind of shop is that?
if you guys are spending thousands of dollars on toilet paper, a bidet is probably cheaper.
Yep.
Just
probably more
throwing that
comfortable.
out there.
A bidet is cheaper, and you know what? So are his handstands in the shower. So
All right. Well, I can't do a handstand, so
well, get one
I'm
of those
out.
rails.
actually
then put-
surprised. I'm surprised my house doesn't have one.
Get one of those rails, but put it along the bottom of the runner.
Steve wants me to die in the shower, is what I'm hearing.
I'm encouraging bad behaviors.
Yes, you
are.
Among everybody.
Let's
All right.
move on to the
Sorry,
next question.
Next question.
All right, next question comes from Ryan from the Fuel by Hops community.
Yes.
Heard of him.
Their chancellor, their leader.
Messaged him today.
He asks, Adam, why do you hate IPAs? What did IPAs ever do to you?
So,
They killed his puppy when he was a kid.
poor little biscuit.
Thank you for playing along.
No,
Biscuit malt.
Yes.
The reason I dislike IPAs, I don't hate IPAs. There are a few IPAs out there that I do like.
I've had IPAs I hate. I
See,
mean,
there you go.
It happens.
Now, granted, that list is less than 10, and I've tried many more than 10. And there was a period of time where I genuinely enjoyed them, where I sought them out. But it got to a point of just oversaturation. Whenever I went to a bar or, something like that, 2/3 of the list was IPAs. And I kind of got tired of them, and I started going in other directions. I started going more on the stout side of things. I started getting into the fruit beers, the wheat beers, and around that time, the sours started coming out as well to become more and more prevalent.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, whenever I started to dislike IPAs was when the West Coast IPAs, the real, hops shoved into your mouth beers, were out. I find no pleasure in that.
Not
None
there
whatsoever.
for the palate wrecker.
No, I'm not there for the palate wrecker, the 6-point resin. See,
It hits hard.
I don't need it. If I'm gonna drink beer, I'm gonna drink beer that I enjoy, and that to me is not enjoyable.
Okay.
I get that.
And the fact that when I go to a place and the beer menu is half to 2/3 of
It should be
IPAs,
fucking illegal.
it's
my pet peeve.
ridiculous. There are so many other good varieties out there. Give them
Yeah.
a chance.
You know who's a close offender of that?
Who?
And I hate to say it. I'm not trying to drag him because I like IPAs. Mad Mex.
Yes.
Mad Mex is a little bit bad with that.
They are.
I'll admit it, but I don't care.
And admittedly, there was a period of time where, like for happy hours, there was a greater than 50% chance that that's where happy hour was
Yeah.
at Mad Mex. So
See, I don't.
I got hit with that hard.
I
Yeah.
don't get mad about that. Not deliberate. I don't get upset about Mad Max's draft list just because I can always default to a big ass margarita.
True.
So that one, like I have noticed that in the past, but that never bothers me.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
So
I will say I think that they have diversified a little bit more lately.
Yeah.
They have gotten down to about half the list of being IPAs.
well, I think the plus that we're seeing there is that they're getting a lot more local.
Yes.
Right.
And Pittsburgh, I do not think is oversaturated with IPAs. We do have a few breweries that tend to really focus in on them, but I would say the majority of our breweries have a very good, diverse list.
And I have no problem with breweries that specialize in IPAs. I'm fine with that.
No, if you have a niche,
Run with
do
it.
what you're good at.
If you're good with it, if you're good at it, do it. But we don't need to have all the beers be IPAs.
No.
Yeah. You don't
Certainly
need all
not.
the drinking establishments.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So that's why.
Okay. Well, yeah. Adam just hates IPAs, and that's that.
Yeah.
There you go.
He could come back around someday. I mean, there was a point where I was completely burnt out on them. And like you said, I had to step away and try a bunch of different styles. But unlike you, I came back around.
So
but I had to start small. I had to start with the triples and the doubles because you're going to have more malt to them. So I wasn't completely wrecked with the hops.
Right. And I will say that
worked my way back up.
throughout the course of this show, it has gone from a hate to just a general dislike. You know, I have started to appreciate them a little bit more.
Yeah.
Still doesn't mean I
coming.
like them.
It's coming.
I think it's also kind of indicative of, like Katie was saying, we've had a lot of doubles and triples on here. There's a lot of those goofy ass dessert IPAs.
True. Decadent. I'm looking at you.
Right. And then there's also just like,
Apple crumble was fucking phenomenal.
and then there's just the general soft stuff that you get in New England.
Right. And
Good
like I
place.
said earlier, whenever I walked away from IPAs,
It was West Coast.
it was all West Coast stuff.
Yep.
All harsh.
Horse.
Angry. That's not how I want to unwind on a Friday night.
No,
it's just
certainly
punish
not.
myself again.
You don't want to unwind by flicking your tongue like a dog with peanut butter.
Right. Nah, I don't like this. Give it to me again.
I wish there were cameras.
No, you don't.
Next question actually comes to me.
Do it.
All right.
Yes, from our friend Leroy Dennis. That is his Facebook handle, but you may know him as Dennis Guy from First Brewbox, CEO and founder. But
All around good guy.
yeah, he wants to know after our Resident Evil outbreak situation is done with, if there was somebody willing to pay for me to fly to South Korea, would I go to enjoy all the foods I talk about in all those videos on the Korean street food sub channels I deep dive into?
Your YouTube holes.
Yeah, it's just thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, when I go into a YouTube hole of Asian street market food, will I go to Korea and eat those foods? The answer is yes, if somebody's paying for me.
And I will escort him.
Yes. First thing I'll get as soon as I get off the plane, I've seen most recently was a brown sugar matcha tea, or a brown sugar boba tea.
Oh.
So like they cook up brown sugar and put it into a tea, and then they put in some coconut milk, and then they put in the bobas, and that looks very good.
And you need that in your life.
I need that
just
in my
want
life.
bulgogi in my face. Oh, so good. Well, I'm getting a whole cow, so it'll work.
Yeah.
out.
There you go. You got to
figure it out.
compliment the cow.
You got it planned. The other thing I would get is I saw these tiny little soft shell crabs,
Okay.
and they get completely fried up, and it's like a little thing of popcorn chicken, but it's crabs.
Oh.
You can get a larger version of that on bread at Kaya.
Oh.
Ah,
Yeah, soft shell crab sandwich.
I've never been.
It's
Well,
good.
add it to
I
the
don't
list.
know if their beer list mimics Mad Max, but
Well, that doesn't bother him. He likes IPAs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need. The main point is I need somebody to pay for all of this.
all right, let's go to Kaya.
So yeah,
All right, bye guys.
That's the list.
Gotta
So,
go
yeah.
before it's closed.
that's my answer. The answer is yes.
And I'll go with him.
Yes. Next question
Yes.
comes from Jason Sircone of the Breaking Brews podcast and brand consulting.
Jason Sircone, this is gonna be in depth,
Not really.
really deep.
No, he wants to know if we were a bowl of soup, what would we be? You both can answer. He did not expect Katie to be here. I added that last part. But I'll say you can answer Katie. I will say that.
I'm so glad I have permission to talk on this podcast.
Is that kind of like saying you're welcome to the barbecue, but you're welcome to the soup bar?
Yes.
All right, Sticky, what kind of soup you want to be?
Would you just call me Sticky?
Sicky.
Oh.
Sicky, because you're both coughing and I'm going to die.
Yeah. Surprise. That's your surprise for me to use, Steve.
Happy anniversary. Here's a bug.
Happy anniversary, show's canceled, everybody's dead.
Planning on getting coronavirus. I'm not planning on dying from it.
I don't think anybody was really planning on
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I'm planning on getting it.
I just need to get one more episode so I can record like one by myself, just a journal by myself.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Lord.
Star date 642.
Exactly.
I don't know how long I've been down here alone.
If I were to be a soup,
Yeah.
I think I'd have to go with a New England clam chowder.
New England.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's a classic, man.
Yeah, you're white and you're Irish. That makes
There
sense.
you go. It's got potatoes in it.
Yeah.
All right.
None of that fancy ass Manhattan clam chowder.
Yeah.
I've
I will
never
admit
even
that's
had
gross.
it.
Yeah, it's
I've never had it.
I had it
Inferior.
once. Yeah.
inferior.
Somebody told me, I asked what it was one time. They said it was a red broth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that painted a picture in my mind like clams and marinara sauce. And nothing about that sounded appealing.
Right.
So I just never had it.
Nah, don't just stick with New
Plus,
England.
there's not a lot of
Inferior.
places that
Yeah.
serve it around here. So,
Katie?
lobster bisque.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's red like my hair, and sometimes it's pink like my skin, and it's savory and sweet. So, and sometimes it's got some sherry in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, that would have been my answer if I did not have this answer.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're just going back to Asian food again.
If you say goulash, I'm out.
Oh no, not goulash. No, as much of an awful Slav as I am, it's not no borscht or goulash in my
Okay.
life. No, no. My answer is I'm pretty sure it counts as soup, but Penang curry, which is like
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
It's more stewish, but I think a stew could be a soup. So
Yeah.
do
I'll
it.
allow it.
Do
yeah,
it.
but it's shrimp and peppers and curry and coconut milk and chicken broth
Oh, fucking good.
and some other veg.
That does sound
however
really
you
good.
want. And then like it becomes stewy or almost gumbo-y.
Stewy.
It becomes gumbo-y because you put it over rice.
Oh, okay.
Who wants chowder?
So yeah, if gumbo's soup, then then this is soup, and that's what I am.
All right.
It's shrimp Penang.
Is gumbo
Lock it in.
soup? Is gumbo soup?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
The hard-hitting theoretical questions of our time.
You tell us. HopNationUSA@gmail.com. Is gumbo soup
If you tell us if gumbo is soup, you will win a special prize.
a sticker?
I was gonna say an emoji.
Okay.
Or meme.
Or a meme. Yeah, that's
Or a
easier for me to
meme.
get to you.
I already have the coronavirus memes loaded up. Let's do it. Let's roll, baby.
Get your memes. Tell me
right.
is gumbo soup.
They're all extremely inappropriate. I should just preface it with that. Not one could you show to like a good, wholesome family member.
Or an
Next-
HR department.
Don't let that out in church. Yeah. No, some of them are okay for work. Just
Okay.
So do we have any other questions?
Yes, we have one final question. It is actually a bit of a hard-hitting one.
I'm ready.
all right.
It's a thinker. It's not a silly one.
Oh, I didn't come
Yeah.
here.
So
to
I have to
think.
try.
yeah,
didn't
you have to
come
try.
here.
We're all
Okay.
gonna have to try.
I didn't come here to think.
Sorry.
I was elected to lead. Not
I
to
drank the
read.
beer so I don't have to do the think.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
It's the only one though.
All right.
The question though comes to us from Brandon Getz, and he's the writer of Lars Breaks Face, A Werewolf in Space.
I'm gonna read that.
Yeah. A lot of people have time to read that. Self-quarantine.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Amazon.com. Go get yourself some Lars Breaks Face. Brandon's question though is, what is the best beer in Pittsburgh? Oh. Not brewery, specific beer.
Oh my god.
I'm saying we're all going to give our personal answers at the end of this, but I did a little bit of lead work and a little bit of fake science.
And a little bit of not telling me this question was coming. I need like 8 days to prep this.
Well, you can think about it while I do the legwork science part.
All right, fine.
In order to find the best beer in Pittsburgh, in this pseudoscience way, I took the top 10 breweries in Pittsburgh. And, that's the way breweries in PA is running their March Madness. The only March Madness that's still running.
Aw.
It's a good one. Go visit breweries in PA. Vote for your favorite brewery. You can still play that.
Nothing that happens in the next 4 months is going to be content that holds up. Anywhere.
Ah.
Anywhere.
Evergreen be damned.
Yeah. The beer reviews still hold up. That's all.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they sure do.
Yeah. I took the top 10 and then I went through the list of beers in their top rated beers. And I only took the ones that had like 200 or more ratings.
Okay, so it was able to kind of equalize out a little bit. It took
Yeah.
the goods and the bads.
Yeah, I it's like Family Feud rules. There's 100 men and 100 women.
Yeah,
I'm
that's fair.
hoping. But yeah, it kind of narrowed out and got rid of some of this, like those one-shot beers that you're definitely not going to be able to get anymore.
Right.
I took the top 200 and then I just kind of went through scores that way. Come up with a few beers out of those breweries. Dancing Gnome, their top is a double underscore quadberry, and that's a fruited sour.
I'd drink the fuck out of that.
I'm sure you would. You'd probably enjoy it. They have an entire series. The double underscores in an entire series of beers. But yeah, that was a 4.55. Here's one that stood out to me in the top beer out of Grist House, Siberian Highway.
S'mores.
That's a fantastic beer. Both of them are actually.
S'moresy.
Yeah. S'mores wasn't.
Utterly toasted was.
It's good. It's great. But it just doesn't beat Siberian Highway.
Nope.
And we had that on episode 38, so we can vouch for that one.
Yeah.
I still have a can of utterly toasted in my fridge.
Nice.
Ooh.
It's my special occasion beer. It's about to become quarantine beer.
Quarantine beer. That's a special occasion. Hitchhiker, their top also had the same score as Siberian Highway of 4.36.
Okay.
Obviously, this is all on tap scores in case I didn't say that. But Their double bottle service. This is another one from Katie because it was a mimosa sour.
Feels.
So yeah, those are all pretty up there. Also, Brew Gentlemen, they had 2 beers that were basically the same score, and that was their Double Mex Imperial Stout and their Double Weapons Double New England IPA, and they both had like 4.47 and 4.46 respectively.
That's close enough to.
Yeah. And like I think those stand out a little more because I think those are more regular beers, whereas the Siberian Highway, that's a special occasion for them to brew that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know that the double underscore is going to always come around. I don't know the mimosa is always going to come around. So I think those are the more regular ones you can get. I did, however, find the most best beer, period.
The most bestest beer.
The most
Most bestest beer in all the land of Pittsburgh.
Most bestest beer, all the land, and it has a special qualifier as to why it's quote better than the other ones. Coming from Voodoo is the Pappy Van Winkle Black Magic Barrel Aged Stout.
Yeah. Yeah. Those first 3 words will take care of it right
So
there.
that'll take care of it right there. It also has about 800 check-ins. So
Okay.
it's got a decent sample size.
It's legit.
Even for being small.
Yeah.
And the other thing to really keep in mind is Voodoo gets invited to a lot of rare beer tastings and invitationals, like Weldworks has an invitational that they get invited to. So these beers play away games.
Out conference games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and all of that considered, this beer is rated at a 4.76.
That's damn impressive.
Yeah.
That's damn impressive.
Yeah, that's 0.2 higher than the Dancing Gnome.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's pretty
Math.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's math.
So, in terms of the pseudo-science, I said the pseudo-science.
Yeah, oh God. Yes, in terms
Just remember,
of
you asked him to repeat it.
it didn't hit me correctly. I was like, no, pseudo-sue, that's out of Iowa. And then I was like, oh God, pseudo-sue.
Yes.
Yes, in terms of the fake science parameters that I put up of, untapped scores already or whatever.
Right. Right.
Those are already whatever, but
I'm giving this a 1 because I don't like stouts. Why'd you order a fucking stout, bruh?
So, Steve, I got to ask you a question.
Right.
In terms of non-scientific.
Okay, so non-scientific. Like I mentioned, I went through the top 10 breweries, and because of that stipulation I made with the 200 check-ins, there's some breweries I had to leave off.
Yes.
And that would include places like 4 Points and Abjuration, because 4 Points is rather new, and Abjuration, they do...
Abjuration is life.
Yeah, well, they're life, but they also do a lot of rotating tap,
Yeah,
and they rarely repeat.
That's, yeah.
So it's hard to get one of their beers on unless,
You live there.
well, unless you live there, or
I live
my
there.
personal choice is my personal best beer of Pittsburgh is the Vanilla Oak Belgian that they put out.
And I have some at home.
Yeah.
I do too. I hoard little grenades. It is a 15% Belgian ale, but it is probably one of the best Belgian ales I've ever had. It has a perfect amount of sweetness and just like we've talked about this beer before.
Yeah. And we'll talk about it again.
I'm sure we will when version 1, 2, 3 comes out. Or
Yes.
I think it's 1 point.
I think they're up there
Four?
at least, yeah.
Yeah, I think 1.4 would be next, but yeah, that's the other thing is they put out different versions of their beers. So again, hard to get all the same check-ins in. But yeah, just personal standpoint, that's my best beer in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So good.
Science be damned.
So for me, the way that I went about this, that I had a couple of ways to approach this. I'll start off with the personal approach, and what I did was I looked through all of my untapped ratings of all the beers here in Pittsburgh. And what I discovered was there was one beer that I actually gave a 5 out of 5 rating for. And I have given 3 beers that rating. Only one is here in Pittsburgh. Comes from a little brewery called Abjuration.
Heard of it?
And it's the Oak Barrel Aged Belgian. It's the same beer.
Yeah.
So,
oh well.
Oops.
Hey, it's fine. Again, it's a real hard choice for me between the Siberian Highway and that Vanilla Oak Belgian.
Yeah.
It's just I've had Vanilla Oak Belgian more.
Yeah.
So that just gets to the edge.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
a little easier to get than Siberian Highway. So yeah, I give it that edge.
Now, in terms of a non-personal, non-scientific way, the beer I'm going to choose is actually a little bit outside of my expectations, but it comes from Brew Gentlemen and their General Braddock IPA.
That is a
Okay.
fan favorite for sure.
It is. And the reason I'm picking that is that was one of the beers that really brought attention to the Pittsburgh craft beer scene. A year or two ago, it was involved in the Pace Magazine blind taste test of IPAs, and it won. So that brought a lot of recognition to Pittsburgh. In addition to that, Pace Magazine went back and said that the General Braddock was one of the beers of the decade that you had to go get. To me, that says a whole hell of a lot. That in a blind taste test,
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a solid amount of clout, far and above what some doof is saying on Untapped.
right?
So.
And I believe the field was like 168 IPAs or something like that. It was not a small
Oh
field
my God.
whatsoever.
Yeah, it was a huge taste.
Yeah, and it won. So to me, that would make it the best beer in Pittsburgh.
Also
Yeah.
very available.
Yes.
So you're not you're not chasing these hard to find barrel aged nightmares.
They always have it.
Right. So there you go. That's my beer selection.
Okay, Katie, have you had enough time?
I have had some time. So I purchased this a little bit differently because I guess what I could have done was look at my top rated beers and there's a full pint on there. There's obviously a lot of stuff that's not local, but it's not my absolute top rated beer, but I realized when I was looking at it, it's the beer I checked in the most because unfortunately fortunately, but unfortunately, when you go to Abjuration, you're getting something new almost every single time.
Yes.
Almost weekly, if not bi-weekly.
Yes.
They roll over a lot, but it's not.
That's
a
like
bad
part
thing.
of the appeal of the brewery.
Yeah,
right?
it's
So-
something new every single time. So they are hands down my favorite brewery, but they don't have a consistent menu. So the other places that I've been, I did notice the one beer from Brew Gentlemen that I checked in the most, and I pretty much get it. Like I go to Abjuration, I get something different every time. If I go to Hitchhiker, I have something different every time, even if they have a staple on there. But when I go to Brew Gentlemen, regardless of what else is there, I will at least get one Mexican coffee oatmeal stout, and I believe this is the original of the double imperial you were talking about. But
Okay.
every time that I go to Brew Gentlemen, I get it consistently. So that's sticking out to me as something that I'm obviously drawn to. So I'm going to say that that's my favorite.
Okay.
So
Right on.
That's my best beer.
Okay.
All right. Well, Brandon, your answer is not a single beer
At all.
It's
Nope.
7 or 8 different beers, but we gave you 4 choices out of Brew Gentlemen.
Yeah.
You can get the double Mex, you can get the regular Mex, you can get the double weapons, or you can get the General Braddock. 4 of those are the best beer.
But we still love Abjuration. So
But we still love
you
Abjuration.
take that for what
And
you will.
Grist House, can't forget that one.
And
Siberian
Grist House.
Highway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that s'mores beer is just. I just got a real hard on for s'mores. I really do.
Same.
Fucking loves just whether it's like the candy, like little s'mores candies, or if it's a s'mores beer, or they have Graham Central Station ice cream at Brewster's. It's got
Ooh.
and then you put marshmallow syrup on
Yeah.
it. I'm a fucking s'mores champion.
There you go.
So
I get down on the multi-meal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Multi-meal cereal?
Multiple
Yeah.
meal is just better than cereal.
Actually, s'mores
General-
cereal
General
is not
cereal in
bad.
general.
S'more cereal is not bad.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The multi-meal s'mores.
Oh,
There's
there's a Kellogg's s'mores.
Yeah, I think it's a. Is it the what's the brand of graham cracker? Golden Maid or
Oh, there's Golden Grams.
no, it's Golden.
Golden Maid. Yeah, something like that.
I don't think it's Golden Grams, but it's like Golden Maid
No,
s'more
Golden Grams
cereal.
is a cereal.
Yeah, Golden Grams is a cereal, but I'm saying it's Golden Maid s'more cereal.
Oh, I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a boxed s'more cereal, and then there's a less expensive multi-meal bag that I eat.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I didn't know the brand name for the bag cereal, but bag Cocoa Puffs will for always and ever be better than regular Cocoa Puffs.
True.
Yeah.
That's just science.
And that's multi-meal
can
too.
look that up.
And
It's
that's what's
science.
and they use those good Cocoa Puffs
Yeah.
in the s'mores cereal. So
Okay.
there you go.
Yep.
All right, good. Noted. I gotta go to the store now.
Okay.
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 Well, before
Stock
you
up.
go to the
Stock
store,
up on bags of cereal.
that's all right. Before you go to the store, we do have to talk about this Sam Smith
Yes.
Yes.
30th anniversary winter welcome.
Speaking of Katie
Yes.
having a wicked sweet tooth.
Yes. Sounds to me like you enjoyed it.
I did very much. Malty beers are my jam. When you put that carameliness on it, caramelly?
Caramelous.
Cremelis?
Carameliness.
The Kremlin.
Cremelis sounds like a Harry Potter character.
I heard Kremlin. I don't want that. Yeah, no, this is right up my alley. So
Yeah, I thought
Here
it was
for it.
fine. It definitely had some broad appeal in terms of winter beers. It did not have the spice that I'm used to. Maybe it's just because I'm used to Americanized winter beers.
and that was an appeal to me. It's something different for a winter beer.
Fair. But to me, it just could have used a little bit more. Didn't hate it by any stretch of the imagination, but it could have been zhuzhed up a little bit.
Zhuzh.
Yes. Technical term.
Zhuzh. I just love to say zhuzh. Zhuzh.
For me, winter welcome, more like winter goodbye.
Whoa.
Got it. No, it's fine.
Nailed it.
It's fine. I didn't completely love it, but it's well made. You can tell it's well made. It's just not to my tastes. That's all.
Okay.
Have
I
you
gotcha.
ever completely loved a beer that malty?
Not really, no.
Well, there you go.
I think there's like one strangely malty beer that I enjoyed, and you got to go way back to when we did a malty episode. It was the Straub Special Edition.
Was that the Ridge Runner?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was the Straub Ridge Runner. It was strangely malty, but I enjoyed the strangeness of it.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one.
Yeah. So this one's already fighting an uphill battle with you.
Yeah.
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 So, but I can tell, obviously, you guys enjoyed it. So there's nothing inherently wrong. It's just I don't prefer.
It's
Fair
my
enough.
jam.
Fair enough.
I like the caramel part.
Caramel good.
The box was nice.
Yeah.
And speaking of boxes, let's take a quick break and let's get loaded up for segment 3. where
Okay.
We've got a third beer.
Ooh.
We'll be right back. First Sip Brew Box is a one-of-a-kind subscription service for craft beer lovers based right here in Pittsburgh. Every month, First Sip will send you a box full of craft beer enthusiast essentials, including t-shirts, glassware, and even food. Right now, our friends at First Sip Brew Box have an offer for you. Just sign up for a 3-month subscription and get your 4th month free. Just enter the code HOPUSA when you sign up at firstsipbrewbox.com. That's HOPUSA at checkout to get your 4th month free at firstsipbrewbox.com. Welcome back, Hop Nation. Episode 145. If you haven't figured that out by now, just check your phone because it's going to be on there.
Yeah.
Scrolling across.
Yeah.
My phone has a dog on it.
Oh. Does the dog say Hop Nation USA episode 145?
No, but he's got a moose in his mouth.
He does have a moose in
That's
his
a
mouth.
big moment.
Big old moose mouth. Anyways, we're drinking
Really proud of himself.
anniversary beers.
Yes.
We've gone on both sides of the pond. Now it's time for another one, another West Coaster.
Yeah.
Steve, what do we got?
Russia.
No, not that kind of West Coast.
Oh,
Not that far west.
I didn't know how many continents we were doing.
Not that far west.
Just
All
two.
right.
Just two. We're back in America, and we're back in California with another beer, but it's not a West Coast IPA.
Yes.
This beer, in fact, comes with a big long story, and it also came in a box. So you know it's quality.
I feel like I should clarify that the bottle itself was in a box with a leaflet.
Yeah.
Also, this is not Franzia beer.
No.
No.
I want to clarify that.
We fancy here.
Yeah.
Franzia.
Is that even how you say it?
That's-
Franzia? Franzia?
I don't know. Box one.
You can't even say LaCroix. I don't know why I'm asking
La
you.
Croix.
What is that? A certificate of authenticity?
More or less.
Birth certificate?
It is a note from the brewmaster.
That's a hell of a note.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot going on here, and I'll parse it out best I can. But yes, we're drinking the 23rd anniversary ale by Firestone Walker. And what it is, it's a bourbon barrel blend.
What?
So the story goes on the back of this box, in fall of 2006, brewmaster Matt Brindleson, he asked a handful of his winemaker friends for their input on blending a diverse stash of barrel-aged strong ales. And they came up with the beer 10 for their 10th anniversary. This continued process of his winemaker friends and the community coming together, and they all make their own blends, and then they pick the best one, and that's the one they bottle, and that's the one we drink. So I can tell you what beers show up in this blend.
Oh, okay. I am all ears.
So that's a pedigree.
Yeah, the front of the note that comes with it is a big long note from the brewmaster, but on the back is the pedigree of what the blend is.
Cool.
And they say every late summer, right before the wine harvest gets rolling, our local winemaker friends come to the brewery to help blend our anniversary ale. And what is specifically in the 23rd is 1 part Sticky Monkey.
Obviously.
Yes, it is that is a 10.4% ABV aged in bourbon barrels. A bit of the Paratola, rather famous for Firestone Walker, which is their 14.4 Russian Imperial Stout.
These are big boys.
Yes, the Bravo Imperial Brown Ale, which is 11.5%. And then a bourbon barrel Eldorado, which is a blonde barley wine, another 11.5%. The Velvet Merkin, which is a milk stout, which is 9%. And then the Tequila Barrel Eldorado, which is the blonde barley wine again, but it's aged in tequila barrels. So,
All of those are in there
yes.
with the tequila.
Yes.
And pride.
I'm
Yes.
genuinely terrified. I had a tequila aged beer, I don't even remember what it was, once ever, and vowed not to do it again.
Well,
It was,
guess what?
I mean, obviously, this is a very eclectic mix of things. I'm wondering how you have so many strong boys and we came down to 11.5.
Well, because, I mean, just depending on the blend, but the Velvet Merkin was 9%, so that helps drag it down. So if there's more Velvet Merkin than there is.
Merkin. My brain keeps thinking that's a pickle.
No, Gherkin is the pickle.
Thank you.
Merkin is the pube wig.
Like British lawyers?
No, pube wig, as in just like,
Oh, that's an actual thing.
Yes.
People
yeah, a wig
put
for when you
wigs
don't have
above
pubes.
their
Yeah,
genitalia.
Yeah.
Hats for bats.
Commonly used in,
Why did I not know this?
I don't know, it's more commonly used in Hollywood and filmmaking when they don't want to show genitalia and they put a big giant pube bush down on
Give
somebody.
me the full name of the beer again.
The Velvet Merkin is what
Velvet
we're talking.
Merkin.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
So,
funny.
thank you all for being present for my something new today.
So you learned.
I learned
Yeah, you learned.
TIL.
Gonna learn today.
all right.
It's not usually what that means, but okay. Anyway, beer.
Yills.
This is very dark.
Yeah, looking at this blend, it's very dark, but it's not a stout.
No.
So-
It looks like a brown ale went hard.
Or
Yeah.
porter.
No,
Nah,
I don't think
'cause
it's
I think
black enough to be a porter. It's brown. It's brown.
Nah, I think it's dark enough to be a porter.
It's the color of maple syrup to me.
Well, the truth is, it doesn't actually matter because it's a blend.
Anything.
'Cause it's
Right.
6,000 beers and a pubic wick.
Yeah, it's stouts, it's barley wines, it's everything in here, and it's all been barrel aged. So
This
yeah,
is such a weird concept. I
Yeah,
don't know how I
sorry.
feel about this.
it's happened more often. I mean, obviously Firestone is pretty early into the game because they were doing blends since 2006, but Boulevard just put one out not too long ago too. There was a blend of all their stuff.
Oh, on the nose, it's definitely got something going on there.
Oh, it's barrel aged for sure.
Yeah.
It smells like hot barley wine.
It does. What do you say it was? 11.6?
11 and a half, I think.
11.5.
11.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Tried to sneak one in there on you.
tried
Yeah.
That's going to be a hot beer.
Yeah, it smells like hot barley wine, but honestly, there is like a molasses
Yeah.
smell to it that it smells pretty sweet as well.
Well, let's find out.
Looks like molasses.
That's really smooth.
It's really smooth, but there's still a lot going on there.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on, but that is incredibly drinkable for
The
being a
style.
complete nightmare.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a complete nightmare.
The fact that it's a blend of 6 different beers and then 11.5%, and then they're all different barrel. Well, not different barrels, but you have at least 2 different barrel flavors in there.
I'm not getting the tequila at all, and God, am I grateful for that.
Sames. But none of this should work on paper, but it does. So,
That's probably
Right.
why they released it.
yes.
And
that-
we're willing to box it.
That's also why they probably do testing and have multiple groups come up with their own blends.
Yes.
And this is the winning blend.
Or they were just like, hey guys, let's get shit faced and then market it.
Oh, there's no way they don't get shit
Right.
right.
How could you not?
Yeah, because you have to taste all the individual ingredients to get a profile, and then you have to blend them, and then you got to taste the blend, and then you got to taste everybody else's blend.
Do you
That's a
think they
day.
just blended these 6 and called it? Or do you think there was like maybe like 15 and they narrowed it down to these 6?
My guess is they used the reserves that they had from the past year or so.
Yeah.
So like whatever they put out 2008, 2019, by the time of that summer,
Yeah.
you know, like,
And then
hey,
it's
we put out these, so
just
now
a
let's blend
matter
them
of
Right.
for the anniversary.
finding the right ratio after that.
Yeah, you can definitely tell like there's a lot of barrel on that though,
There's a lot of barrel.
but it is dangerously drinkable.
Yes, you can.
The sweetness cancels out a lot of it because I really don't like whenever there's like a really strong alcohol flavor, which is a complaint I have a lot with barrel aged and more often now barley wines.
Oh, barley wines, you can go too far with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good barley wine doesn't have to. I don't know why people do that, but
Yeah.
personal pet peeve. But this is, I mean, it's not overwhelming.
Right.
If I drank the entire bottle, I'd be destroyed.
Oh, sure.
At 11 and a
Oh, for
half.
sure.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste like an 11 and a half.
No.
At tops, I'd say 9.
Yeah, I'd give it a 9. I'm thinking back to when we did our barley wine episode, and we had the one from the Canadian one that was like the Dew de Sil.
was that Flying Monkey?
No, the Dew de Sil. That was the brewery.
Blame Canada.
The Dew de Sil. It was like a 10% barley wine, and it was impossibly hot. Like we didn't like that one.
This one, on the
Hill-
other hand,
This one
Hill
did,
put out
yeah.
one that was like I think it was like an 8 or a 9, and it didn't taste like alcohol at all. I was very pleased with it. That
same
was
with
a
this one.
Devore find, actually.
I am a fan of this one, no doubt.
Not mad about it.
No doubt about it.
Same.
Okay,
All right.
Yes.
so what are we doing?
So we're celebrating our 3rd anniversary with Firestone's 23rd anniversary.
They got a jump start on us.
I
Yes.
was 23 once also.
Yeah, they've got 20 years doing it, but longer. And the other things we've been drinking, they are been doing it longer than that. So
Oh, we went in descending order. Is
yes,
that
we
even
did.
intentional?
We're counting no,
No.
Okay.
no. It was just more of this was the most expensive one. Let's keep it for
Right.
the end.
Fair.
Let's not blow our load up front.
I drank my Yeti s'mores yesterday, so it was the last of the night.
Right on.
Yeah.
Gotta save it for the good times.
So fucking good. Not grist house s'mores, but still
Wow.
good. Still good. No.
Nothing is utterly toasted.
No.
Ooh. So let's put this in the universe. Utterly toasted, blended with Siberian Highway.
Ooh. Huh. Now you got something going on there.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
And then
be
send
about
it to
that.
us.
Yeah.
We'll help you out.
Yeah.
I'll help you drink that. I'll help you blend that.
We're here for you.
I'll do testing.
Sort of. In a self-servicing kind of way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's no kind of way. It's completely. I mean, we'll help.
Yep. Be a team player, Adam.
All
That's right.
hands. But yes, as we celebrate our 3rd anniversary, episodes past, we've done retrospectives, and that usually happens around the holidays. We do our look back at what beers we loved and stuff for the year. So I didn't want to do that. Instead, I wanted to look into the future.
The future.
The future.
So back to the future?
No, just to
Like
the
the first
future.
one?
No, we didn't go
Where
back
they don't
yet.
go back?
No, we didn't go into the past. We're just in the present,
Okay.
and we haven't left the future.
Although when people hear this, it will be the past.
That's true. It
I
will
don't
be
have
the
a
past when people.
DeLorean. What are the requirements?
For being a Mandalorian?
I don't have a DeLorean.
Oh, okay. I don't either. So
It
I
could
can't be a
choo-
Mandalorian.
could be a choo-choo train,
it's true.
as seen in the 3rd. In order to look into the future, though, we all looked into our own crystal balls that we
Yeah.
have, and we took a peer into the future to find out what is going to become of the show and the world around us. Would anybody like to go with their predictions / spoiler alerts?
My first prediction is that Adam's going to get over the 10 mark on IPAs he
Ooh.
enjoys.
Did you come up with a year for this? And do we have to wait?
20. I did.
Yeah,
2025.
2025,
It's going
Totally
to
did.
take 5 more years.
and he'll finally cross.
And he's
Get
gonna
over the
cross
10.
that
I'm
border.
going to need to take off my socks so I can count them.
Nah, you got that one hole in the one sock, so your big toe will just stick out.
Everybody has that sock.
I'm just saying, he doesn't have to take that sock off.
I'm lying. I don't wear socks if I don't have to. I wear them at work. Full stop.
So in the
Fucking
year
hate socks.
2025,
Yells.
Adam's
We'll
gonna
get over
jump.
10.
Adam gets his 11th IPA.
Yeah. It's my prediction.
My prediction in the year 2037, after being bought out by First Sip Enterprises, the nation's 3rd largest craft beer merch and medical devices supply company for an estimated $72.5 million. The Hop Nation USA podcast finally updates to proper microphone stands.
Oh, we get our armatures in
Yeah,
2037?
listenership is unchanged.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Looking forward just a little bit to 2045.
Okay.
I finally get over my triple threat crutch of the but unfortunately I replace it with a new crutch of cabbage farts and falling asleep on mic. So
That just sounds like a retirement plan.
Sounds like every
2045.
sounds like every substitute teacher I ever had.
Yeah, it's 2045. That's what, 20 years from now? You know how old I am? In people years, I'm like 90.
Physically or?
Yeah, in people years, I'm like 90.
Currently?
No, not now. In 2045.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was going to say, so you're going to live to be 150 by that
more or less.
math.
Something
In
like
Steve years.
that. Yeah, in Steve years.
It will be interesting to see two sides of this coin.
What do you mean?
Well, let's say the coronavirus does go full Thanos on Earth.
Uh-huh.
What does that do to the average life expectancy?
Mm.
But on the flip side, I think you're seeing so many more people making it into their upper 90s and 100s. I think it's going to be interesting to see how old our generation goes.
Yeah, the fact that I had to learn the word non-genarian or whatever.
Yeah.
Octogenarian was the highest I was used to.
Right.
Yeah.
Making me use new words.
Okay, so
Goddamn
that's my next.
centennials.
That's my next prediction. for
What is your next
2020.
prediction?
The coronavirus is going to wipe out all of the octogenarians and boomers.
Oof.
Which,
Not necessarily kill, just incapacitate. So that they're not able to vote.
Oh.
And so we're going to see a massive swing in just the direction that the country is heading. So all of the young voters are going to get out there.
That's right. Tulsi Gabbard 2020.
oh yeah.
Write-in campaign.
Yang.
Assuming any of our candidates survive, tough call. Because, octogenarians.
It's going to be Beto versus Yang. I'm in.
Dude, I'd watch that fight.
I think we're going to see some serious progressive stuff. And I think that we're going to see lower costs in healthcare. And I think we're going to see an erasure of student loans. And I think we're going to see a lot of people hitting that 21-year-old mark with a lot of disposable income. And it's just going to be beer flowing for everybody. Because if you fuck yourself up, who cares? Healthcare is free.
So what I'm hearing is I need to start investing in beer companies and jet skis.
Well, I think you also got medical supplies according to your prediction.
No, that's Dennis's money.
That's Dennis's money. Dennis makes the money sending medical supplies by mail.
So that's my dark prediction.
But
Do what you will with it. Hate me. I don't care. I have a grandma too. I get that it's ominous, but it could happen.
yeah. With that though, is you mentioned that young generation coming in with that disposable income. Mm-hmm. Man, we got to set up our Patreon and be ready.
That's right.
Be ready to accept all that extra bucks.
The amount of money in the economy can't change quite that rapidly. The people in the economy can.
Oh, yes. And where it goes. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to roll right into your prediction, into my prediction of 2065, where to accommodate the new regime of 78-year-old President Kendrick, the Hop Nation USA podcast changes to an all hot girl hip hop review show.
I'm sorry, for clarification, this is Anna Kendrick or Kendrick Lamar?
Both of them. They get married.
I mean, the kids would
It's
be pretty.
2065. They become a person.
Okay, got it.
I'm glad that you picked up on that, that it was both hot girl and hip hop.
Yes, hot girl hip hop.
So it's just going to
I've
be.
seen Pitch Perfect. The hot girl can do hip hop.
It's true.
I have seen Step Up to the Streets.
So I've seen a lot of the Step Up movies,
Yeah.
and I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Because that is not my genre. That is not my movie of choice. I'm not really into that. But Harold loves them. And I cannot let a grown man go alone into a theater with a bunch of 13, 14-year-old girls. So I go with him just so that it's not as awkward.
What is his stance on honey?
I believe he likes it.
Okay.
I don't know. We haven't gone back that far. Save the Last Dance is out of the question.
Nah.
I'm not saying it's good or bad.
Yeah.
It predates my friendship with him. 2027, we're going to see Julia Stiles back again.
Julia Stiles makes a
Co-starring with
comeback.
Ryan Stiles, which makes no sense, but it's going to happen.
I like Ryan Stiles.
All right. Well, jumping ahead, all the way.
All of this jumping?
Yes, but this is jumping ahead from where we jumped ahead from.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
All the way to the year 3166.5.
Is this? Are we just using star dates
Give me
now?
the year
Yeah.
again.
3166.5.
All right, so is this Kirk or Picard or...
We're still doing the podcast, but it's come to the point where I am just a computer and Adam is a robot.
So
Still.
okay.
Still.
So like the Scarlett Johansson movie where you become so elevated mentally that you turn into the computer.
No, like the
or
Johnny Depp movie.
Your brain has been preserved by robots, where your intelligence has been transferred into machines.
Yeah, no, the Johnny Depp movie Transference, where I get put into the computer.
Didn't watch it.
I'm just saying that's what it is.
Oh, I was going
That's
for
the reference.
I was going for a head in a jar like Futurama.
No.
All right, with Spiro Tiago
For
carrying
that.
it around.
For that.
In that time, I will force Adam to move recording operations from his dining room into the basement because I can no longer edit out the wails of the damned from the background as we try to do our podcast.
Whale of the
Whales
damned.
of the damned.
Yes.
Wouldn't the basement be closer to the damned?
And it's just more insulated. These walls up here are shit.
Okay.
Sorry.
my
saying.
my brain just pictures like Hades and the river Styx, and all of that's usually down.
Yeah, no, that's down. And like, I figure by that time, the apocalypse will have come.
So there's a couple impressive things about this. We are
30,000 years.
We're 30,000 years in the future. Okay. Adam still lives here,
Right.
which is impressive.
Rent control, baby.
Well, he's a robot, so
You
he's not going to
own.
move.
You don't need rent control. You own.
Yeah, but it sounds neat.
Okay. So this is Manhattan. It's not necessary.
I just wanted to be like friends.
That was illegal, but also whatever. This building's still standing. Mm-hmm. That is
Buy it for life.
Yeah.
that says really good things about what we're going to end up being able to do about the climate. Because this is a really like water, like our water table's not that far below us. So that's really promising.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I realize we're on a hill here, but like most of Pittsburgh, like
I mean,
if
that's
that shit starts melting, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
We are a lake.
Yeah.
There's going to be more Great Lakes, or maybe just one big Great Lake, or a new
A
ocean,
grand lake.
or a new
a
sea.
grand lake. Cool lake. I mean, I figure, yes, we'll have gone through that, but also at this point, everything is replaced with brimstone. And yeah, it still stands and nothing's really.
Brimstone. So you've gone full apocalypse.
Yeah, it's full apocalypse.
like
at that
Mad
point.
Max, or
No, like the seven-headed dragon coming out of the lake. Yeah.
So any sort of instead of using
Elliot
sandbags,
Nessie.
a little less grainy.
All right.
But I assume that instead of sandbags, we're just going to use the bodies of the dead
Right, yeah.
to.
Bring out your dead.
Yeah, I mean, and Adam's a robot, so he's easy to survive all that time. And
I really hope that
I
water's
imagine
not a
my-
problem, because if we're all robots, though by then I'm sure we're going to have like these weird silicone insulating suits that are temperature controlled, and
Yeah.
it'll be all right.
One day.
I don't want my conscience to be alive that long. Can you imagine 3,000 years of disappointment?
yes,
What will this country be in 3,000 years?
It
Will
won't
we-
be a country.
Will we still be America?
no, we'll be China too.
I say at best it'll be Cool Ranch America.
Cool Ranch America.
Cool Ranch America.
Yeah.
I would
because the
like-
corporate overlords will take over and just buy the country.
I'm in the Cool Ranch America.
What's the Walt Disney point? Like, how far broken down is your body whenever you transfer your consciousness to a machine?
See, I
Because
would
if I'm incontinent, I don't want to remember that. Put a bullet in my head.
Yeah,
or
see,
my CPU,
I
whatever.
would like to get it. I would like to get it in to a machine by the time I'm like 45 or 50.
Okay.
That seems
Because
fair.
after that point, then your brain starts to degrade.
Yeah.
I'm not as good anymore. I don't want to be drooly 80.
Yeah, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know some.
It's a shitty machine.
I've known some 80-year-olds that are pretty with it.
I'm not going to be.
Like, they're very.
Good for them, not
They
me.
progressed very well with society.
Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
Like, they.
Won't be me.
Yeah.
So that's why I got to get in early. Got to transfer quick. So what else is up in the future?
Goodness. I'm going to adopt every dog I see on Facebook. That'll be fun.
Okay. That doesn't help the show, but have fun with that.
My only goals. My only goals.
Yeah, it's good to know. It's what, by the year 2150, Katie will own all the dogs.
I will own all the dogs. I will be the dog whisperer, and they will be my secret like weapon. So I can just like set them out there. It's gonna be like Oliver and Company or Lady and Tramp or All Dogs Go to Heaven, where like they do my bidding, and that's just like my dog mafia.
That's also the plot of Batman Returns, but with dogs
Yeah.
instead of penguins.
Yeah.
Penguins. I don't really have a lot of other future predictions because I'm not excited about the future.
All right.
I'm really not. It looks bleak.
Well, I have one more prediction,
Okay.
which kind of leads into what Katie was talking about, and I don't really have a time frame on this one. I just know it's going to happen. Is that Steve, drunk on power,
Yes.
expands the Hop Nation USA empire to include new shows such as Key Lime Tonight, which is his daily pie talk,
Yeah.
and the serial Ernest Borgnine, a long drawn out history.
Yeah.
Which is your 18-month deep dive into Ernest Borgnine and his history of film.
Fuck yeah, gonna talk about Airwolf for at least 30 episodes.
Exactly. And finally, you had to have Katie and all of her dogs, a weekly show where she goes through Facebook
Tells you about her dog.
and discusses all the dogs that she saw on Facebook and how she plans on stealing them with grim detail.
Season 2 actually
You're
sounds
not
like
following
she'd
the
just
whole
be.
train of this, though. Like, so the Thanos coronavirus is going to wipe out half the population. So we're not going to have enough people to like foster or like catch and release the strays, and so that's all going to take a hit. So we're going to have all these dogs clogging up all of these shelters, and I'm just going to take them.
That's your
Because
future.
Also, there's like a whole big like empty bunch of land because again, these people just Thanos'd out of here, and so who gets the property? So it's going to be divvied up equally among the surviving members.
Are you going to dog auctions?
No.
Because I feel like you'd be going to dog auctions.
Rogers has dog auctions.
Wait, really? That's
I don't know.
I don't think a dog auction is it shouldn't be a thing.
No, it shouldn't. So that's my prediction.
All right, well, I got one final prediction.
Do it.
And we're jumping all the way to the year 14,000,000,001.
Oof.
Yes.
God, I hope my existence doesn't. No.
At this point, we've reached the heat, death, and entropy of the entire universe.
I was gonna say, there's no way this planet exists. At that
No.
point.
But what does exist is the very last EMF waves. They've escaped the atmosphere and they've finally reached the edge of the universe just as it's about to die. And a alien race picks up the podcast and they begin listening and then they turn it off 5 episodes in.
Aw.
Because the microphone quality wasn't good enough for them.
Listenership is unchanged.
I
Ship
didn't.
is unchanged.
I asked Facebook for a beer podcast, and this one was suggested amongst a few others.
Hell yeah.
And this is the one I kept listening to.
Thanks, Facebook.
And now I'm
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
So
you for coming
if you
on.
guys listen to podcasts often enough and pester and bring beer to the people on them, eventually they'll let you on.
We're easily bought.
You got to get in early. At this point, we have enough co-hosts, and I'm not auditioning new.
Not shopping around.
Not shopping right now.
Well, once half of us all die, you're
right, then I'll
gonna
go back to
need
shopping.
more.
Yeah, then I'll go back to shopping.
So stay tuned. That's my prediction for 2021. Hop Nation's going to need new hosts.
Get your reels together for May.
So when the vaccine finally comes out next year, get your coronavirus vaccine so that you can survive long enough to be on Hop Nation USA.
True. Because again, Adam's a robot and I'm an unkillable Slav, so we're fine.
It's true. And before too long, First Sip Enterprise is going to buy us out anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll get some of that sweet cheddar.
I'd like to do the marketing on the medical supplies part of that.
You hurt? You need stuff? Buy it from us.
Buy it from us. Get it in a box.
There's a good market for that
Here's some tea.
because everybody's about to start dying.
Aw. On that note, let's
Told you I was going to get dark. You were warned.
then let us get back to something a bit more bright and cheery.
No, that beer is dark.
It's cheery
It's
though.
still brighter than the idea
Yeah.
of everybody dying.
Yeah, and I
I'm
will
going to
say,
keep referring to it as Thanos out of here.
snap. The 23rd anniversary, the limited release Blend-O-Matic from Firestone Walker.
Yes.
I put that last part in myself.
That's fine.
Terrifying
They
in
appreciate
concept,
it.
delicious to taste.
It was good.
Yeah, that is a real nightmare concept, but man, they did it right, and I don't know why you would judge if they did it 23 years
Oh
in a row.
God, the beer itself is a prediction.
Huh.
How do you figure?
Because we're gonna run out of beer someday.
Oh no.
It's gonna happen if we go full Mad Max before other shit happens. The beer supply is gonna get low, and we're gonna have to start blending things.
Ooh.
The beer itself is a prediction. Good job, Firestone Walker. You
Okay.
didn't even know you were appropriate for this episode.
In that case,
but you are.
The podcast will be relocated to the Bullet Farm soon enough.
Oh, yes. I gotta give me a cool Mad Max name.
All right, let's go to the podium.
I'm gonna think about my Mad Max name.
All right, Katie, you want to go first?
I
Great.
don't.
Oh, never mind. I'll go first then.
Yep.
For me, I am going to put the Samuel Smith, the Winter Welcome Ale in the bronze medal position. Yes, it had a lot of broad appeal, but it didn't really do anything for me. I thought it was fine. I thought it was okay. But compared to other winter warmers and winter ales that I've had, maybe it's because I've enjoyed the Americanized and I am an Americanese. I like those a little bit better. This one from Sam Smith didn't do much for me, so it's going in the bronze medal position. In the silver medal position, to celebrate their 40th anniversary, the limited edition, the Hoppy Anniversary Ale from Sierra Nevada. Yes, I lamented about it's an IPA or pale ale or however you want to describe it, and it's not for me. It's not, but I thought it was well crafted for what it was supposed to be. Obviously, there are other people that will enjoy it, and to me, that puts it in the silver medal position. However, the Firestone Walker 23rd Anniversary Blend-O-Matic, that was really good. I thought it was fantastic. Yes, it's a big beer at 11.5%, but yeah, I could definitely see myself having an entire bottle of this. I'm not going to have more than one because I have things to do tomorrow. But that definitely goes in the gold medal position. So there you go. That's where I'm putting things.
So for the bronze, I am going to put the Sierra Nevada Hoppy Anniversary Ale. So these were all really good. I'm kind of nitpicking here a little bit.
Pick away.
But only because, Steve Logic, they put pine on the label. Should have had a stronger pine flavor. I would have preferred that. The flavor was very mild. Definitely not overpowering in any way, shape, or form. It was great. I would 120% drink it again. I could actually drink more than one of those because it doesn't wreck your palate. But that's my bronze. My silver is going to go to the Firestone Walker 23rd Anniversary Ale. The only reason I put that one in silver instead of bronze because it's not a bad beer, honestly. I'm just over barrel aged, personal preference. But that is just an impressive feat that you can combine such different beers and different aging processes into this, and it's completely drinkable. It's extremely smooth. It doesn't burn your mouth. And you don't feel like you're drinking paint thinner, which is always a huge fucking plus because sometimes when you top 10% in a barrel age, that's kind of how it feels to me. So that is my silver. And my gold is going to the Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome Ale simply because that is my jam. Just the caramely, roasty, very malty ale is that is my everyday drinker. And that's the one I would easily be able to drink the most of these three. So that was it.
Okie doke. Well, my Mad Max name would be Pierogus Destructus.
Ha!
Love it.
And my rankings are just going to be like Adam's, actually. Bronze, I'm going to give to the Samuel Smith Winter Ale. It's good. It's well made. And there's nothing particularly wrong with it. It's just not to my flavor. I don't love, big malt backbones. We've gone through that before. That's why that's bronze. Silver, I'm going to give to the Sierra Nevada 40th Anniversary Hoppy Anniversary Ale. It's a good IPA. It's a good representation of a West Coast IPA. Dock a little bit of points because it doesn't have that good pine like it should. But, it's otherwise just a very drinkable beer. And I could have a lot more, and I found it more flavorful than the Samuel Smith's. But in gold, I'm going to give Firestone Walker 23rd Anniversary Ale. It's surprising in a lot of ways. One, that it works.
It does.
Yeah. Two, that it's 11.5%, but doesn't taste like it at all. And 3, that the barrel is very present, but it's not like destructive in any way. It doesn't take away from the beer. There's a lot of good caramel and molasses flavors on this beer. And it doesn't finish dry, but it also doesn't finish with the heavy malt backbone that the Samuel Smith does. So yeah, that's why it gets gold. It's incredibly drinkable, but it'll get you where you're going. I would be interested though, just because like when we take all these styles and throw them together, nothing really sticks out that much.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay, but on the tequila part, thank God.
Yeah, thank God on the tequila part, but like nothing really sticks out. So I'd like to try other blended beers to see if like there's, I don't know, like if one thing stands out against the other. Because this one we're talking about stouts and barley wines all blended together. It kind of evens out to just the barley wine.
Just a nice big
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah, just
Like
a nice big barley wine.
You had listed a milk stout on that list of beers that are in there, and that one in particular actually sounded like something I'd like to check out. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be interesting to know how everything plays with each other. But other than that, it's just a big drinkable beer. So yeah, can't fault it for that.
Nope.
yeah, I don't know how many different ratios they tried, but they definitely found one that works.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to find us on social media, all you have to do is search Hop Nation USA, and that'll get you Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you want to email us like your favorite anniversary beer or your favorite blended beer or anything like that, just email hopnationusa@gmail.com. And if you want to listen to brand new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast every Friday, as you should, then search Hop Nation USA on your favorite podcatcher like Stitcher, Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Laughable,
P podcast,
P Podcasts, Yorkshire Cast,
ear podcast,
Ear Podcast, Castcast, Overcast,
2 P's in a podcast,
Blendcast,
Air podcast.
yeah,
air podcast.
Mad Max Cast,
I can't think of any more pods.
live from the Bullet Farm.
Live from the Bullet Farm.
But if you're on any of those, leave us a 5-star review because
We are a 6-star show, but they only let us use 5.
and you will bow before Perogus Destructus.
You missed your opportunity.
How so?
6 blend show.
Ah,
Nerds.
that's all right. That's all right. Well, that's all right.
But they only let us blend 5.
That's right.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to use the original, though. You know.
No, it's
the new
fine. I
listeners-
don't have a problem with the original. I say it in my head with you. I
appreciate
I
that.
do. That's what happens when you've listened to every fucking episode.
Now imagine.
Not a bad thing. Do it.
Imagine
Listen to every
being on
episode.
every
Because
episode.
a lot of them actually, a lot of the beers are not just like seasonal or exclusives or whatever. So it does transcend time.
It does.
So if you're
Just like
checking
the
us
show.
out on the 3rd anniversary, go back and start at 1. Check it out. It's good stuff.
Just have an open mind when you start with episode 1.
Yeah, from like 1 to 45 or so.
Yeah.
Then quality gets a lot better.
Yes. Yes.
But it's all good anyways.
And I would like to thank everybody, all the listeners that have been with us through these 3 years. Whether you've just started today or you've started with us back from the beginning, we do appreciate the support. We appreciate everybody that's come on the show, helped us out with the show, everything like that. Thank you.
Yeah, all the breweries that have invited us into their shop and let us see what's going on and let us drink their beer and talk to them about their stories. All the other podcasters that are out there that have given us support. And, of course, all the guest hosts that we have on
Absolutely.
that come on and support us.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you, Kelsey.
yeah, Kelsey, Dennis, Sam, Bubba,
Casey.
Casey.
I haven't met Casey in a little while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do Casey next week maybe.
Woohoo.
No. All right.
Maybe.
So, yeah, thank
No
you,
promises.
everybody. We're going to go away now.
Yes, we're going to go away now. We're going to work on our Mad Max cars. We've got to prepare for the coming apocalypse. But we'll still do a podcast next week.
From the Bullet Farm.
So check us out when we start out year 4.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Where do I stand in this massive collection of people and movements, consents and objections, statements of reason, statistical fact? Sit in the back and I'll wait to react. And you call out my name, I say, hey, how's it been? Looks like you've been out by the corner again. I miss the dirty life, I miss the trucks and the fights, I miss the hold me up
Adam just laughed out boogers.
I saw. Okay. Yep. And all that.
Make sure we explain none of this to Kelsey so she can hear it all.